If your question is, what is equitable distribution? Does it mean that everything gets divided equally between the parties? The answer is no. It's not an equal distribution. It's an equitable distribution. Doesn't mean that everything is split in half. In New York State, assets that are acquired during the course of the marriage, from the date of the marriage to the date that the action for divorce is initiated, are considered to be marital assets. A couple of exceptions. If you get an inheritance or a gift from a family member, for instance, those are not going to be subject to equitable distribution. The court then is going to make a determination. How did these assets get acquired? Who brought about the assets being brought into the marriage? If it was a situation where the income was being used from one spouse to acquire the asset and the other party was home, that doesn't mean that the party at home did not contribute. That party at home contributed equally as much as that party that was working in acquiring those assets, at least in the eyes of the court. Equitable distribution of your home, your personal property, your investments and savings accounts. Generally speaking, the court is going to take those assets that were acquired during the course of marriage and split those between the parties. Pensions, 401k plans, a situation where you have retirement benefits, those assets are going to be divided. A case, an appellate court case, Majauskas versus Majauskas, says that you're entitled to a percentage dependent upon how many years of marriage that you had and how many years that you were involved in that investment program, which essentially gives someone credit for that period of time prior to the marriage and the investments that they may have put into those assets during that period of time. Generally speaking, the division of assets can be worked out through mediation between the parties. The other issues, as far as custody and visitation, those issues are usually where the situation becomes difficult for the parties to resolve.